Now, after Will Rogers' tragic death in a plane crash in Barrow, Alaska in 1935, Oklahomans wanted to do something special for its favorite son. That's why they commissioned, in the height of the Great Depression, to build this museum overlooking the beautiful green hills of northeastern Oklahoma, right here in Claremore. Our Courtney Dehoff takes us in for a closer look.
He could nail people. He could take somebody that thought they were a little too important, and he'd just bring them down the level.
1/3 humor, 1/3 humanitarian, and 1/3 heart. Will Rogers is often referred to as Oklahoma's favorite son, and the museum that has a horse-eye view over the city of Claremore honors him daily.
He became a lifetime
Andy
member
Hogan takes us on a tour of the museum
But anyhow, this room here is set up. This room is just
and the life of the legendary Will Rogers.
Will Rogers, of course, being born like anybody could be born right out here. He was not a poor man. Will was never a poor man, but he was common. He wanted to be common. He went out of his way to appear common. He wasn't put on. What you saw was what you got. He had millions of dollars. He helped people. He gave away millions of dollars. He was quite a philanthropist, and he was the kind that didn't want a splash made of it.
But he did make a splash in everything else he did.
He taught people to laugh at themselves. Like I say, he performed in front of several presidents. He appeared at the White House, spent the night in the White House with Calvin Coolidge when he was president, and also with Franklin Roosevelt. But he could tease those people, and they realized that, that he was merely teasing them. He said, "I've teased the important people of the world. I've teased the big men, and the big men will take teasing." He said, "Sometimes a little man that thinks he's kind of big don't take teasing too well."
The museum honors Will Rogers and his family on the outside, and on the inside, the wonders of the most popular entertainer of his time ropes in tourists from all around the world.
The museum now is located on 20 acres that Will bought back in 1911. He bought all the land he could. He bought land in Oklahoma. He bought land in California. He said, one time, buy all the land you can. That's a good thing to spend your money on because they ain't making any more of it.
The entire world mourned when Rogers went down in a plane with fellow Oklahoman Wiley Post in Point Barrow, Alaska, a tragic death at the height of his popularity.
They climbed into the cabin of their plane, the Winnie Mae, waved a last goodbye to the many friends who had gathered to bid them Godspeed, and disappeared into northern skies. A few days later, Hollywood was stunned by news of their death.
Yet his legacy lives on.